You will know this at home. Inflation is running hot, 6.9%. Highest in 30 years, and your wages, they're just not keeping up, right? So this morning, we're going to try and find out what people want from Grant Robertson's fifth budget. He's got $6 billion to spend. One of the areas he says he's going to spend it on is health. And I'm joined this morning by Kate Dominikovich, who is in healthcare and is a Wellingtonian. Good morning.
Good morning, Ryan.
Thank you for being with me so early.
Such a pleasure.
Have you got a budget day dance you want to do for us?
No, not really. No, I'd best not.
Right. What do we need? Because you've been in hospice, you've been a nurse for many, many years, and now you're actually teaching the next kind of generation. So what do we need?
So definitely health has to be number one, and retaining New Zealand nurses has to be top of our budget, really. We've got so many nurses that have left over the last few years because they're not being paid adequately. The conditions are really tough going. We're so short-staffed. We've got aged care closing down, facilities closing down because they can't staff them. And of course with the border limitations that we've had over the last couple of years with the pandemic, we haven't got the nurses coming in. So let's look after the ones that are here. And
they're sitting there bright-eyed and bushy-tailed in front of you in the class. We all know the stories about the pay and conditions. What is their attitude? How do you inspire them?
Look, you know, these nurses, my hat goes off to them because I predominantly work with third years. So they were the nurses who started their nursing career at the beginning of a pandemic. And, you know, the numbers are really down. We've probably lost about half of them over the last couple of years. So,
half of them?
Yeah. So this cohort is really small. Going into next year as registered nurses, they're a lot less than we would have anticipated 3 years ago. But, you know, they're passionate about the career that they've chosen at the moment, and we're keeping that passion alive. It's a fantastic career. You know, health is such an exciting place to be because there are so many things happening, and ultimately, you know, we want to look after one another.
So what is your message to the government this morning then? Because, you know, you say obviously they are enthusiastic right now, but they will go into this workforce, and we know what the conditions and the pay are like and once they're in the workforce. You know, how many of them do you think might end up overseas?
A huge majority will end up overseas, I'm sure of that.
How does that make you feel teaching them?
I guess that there is always a hope that they will come back one day. And in the meantime, we just have to make do with what we've got. But, you know, we want to keep them here. We want to give them what they're worth. And, you know, as far as the budget goes, surely there has to be something in there in regards to the pay for nursing and for all healthcare, frontline staff. Let's just sort this pay equity stuff out that's been going for a while. We're all a bit over it. Let's just get on. Let's just do it. You know, you've made some promises, stick to them. Yeah, and we've talked over these last couple of years about being kind to one another, treating each other with respect. Actually put your money where your mouth is and do it.
There you go. Couldn't have it more straight than that. Thank you, Kate Dominikovich, with us this morning, who's been in nursing for many years and obviously teaching the next generation of nurses as well. And we heard about the pay equity from the Council of Trade Unions earlier this morning. The government hasn't funded the nurses' pay equity claim yet. So will that be in today's budget? Kate says definitely should be. Right, let's go to a student now. And I'm joined by Catherine Blow this morning, who's a student here in Wellington. Good morning.
Kia ora, Ryan. How are you?
Good, thank you. Thanks for coming out so early and being with. Have you got a budget day dance?
Yeah, the Macarena.
Okay. All right, and what does the Macarena bring us? What do we need?
We need actual tangible support for students, especially in light of the pandemic. And yeah, access and support for the housing, public transport, and yeah, something with StudyLink, hopefully.
Yeah, so this is the cost of living through StudyLink, right? That's something that I know that Vusa, who you work for, has been keen on. The thing I'm most interested in is the public transport.
Yeah, no.
In Wellington, you're getting the bus, right?
Yep, bus. I personally don't train, but yeah.
And what does your bus cost you at the moment?
It's currently half price, which is amazing. So it is $2.11 divided by 2. Quick math here, $1.05.
Yeah.
Yep.
So it's just over $1. So if that was to jump up again and go back, I mean, now that you're used to that, it's going to be an adjustment, isn't it?
Oh, 100%, yeah. I mean, like, it's just, like, money that I will have to find from somewhere else. Like, historically, I've personally, like, forfeited groceries just to put more money on my Snapper card. think, and that is definitely a common story for other students as well, unfortunately.
And you're working as well as studying, aren't you?
Yep, working 20 hours a week on top of studying full time.
Yeah. So you're busy, and ain't nobody got time to be paying, for bus fares.
No, absolutely not. I mean, personally, I've been really privileged to be involved in the Free Fares campaign, campaigning for free public transport for students and under 25-year-olds and community service card holders, and we definitely see that as a need, especially in light of the current living crisis.
Yeah. Hey, thank you so much for coming down this morning. Great to have you here. We'll let you get back on the bus